Finley Automotive Group obviously affected like everyone else when it comes to the whole COVID-19 crisis. The dealership's open by appointment only, and you can buy online, but things have gotten a little strange. You know what hasn't gotten strange at Finley Automotive Group? Their commitment to the community. That has not stopped, that has not wavered, and it won't.
What better person to bring to share all that they're doing in the community than our friend Tyler Corder? He's the CFO of Finley Automotive Group. Welcome back to the show. It's so nice to check in with you, Tyler.
Oh, it's
So
great to be
listen,
here.
absolutely, and thank you for showing off your bookcase behind you. We got a tour just before we started the interview. Your involvement in the community has not stopped. Tell us what you are doing during COVID-19 to keep connected with this valley.
Well, a lot of things have changed, with COVID-19, because what we normally do in the springtime is that's when many, many charities and many, many community organizations have their fundraisers. They have their banquets, their charity walks, all sorts of events, and so forth. So that sort of thing has gone away, and obviously we had to cancel a lot of those events. We canceled blood drives, all sorts of things that we would normally do in the community. So what we're doing in the community has changed a little bit, and we've got quite a lot of stuff going on, but it's just different than what we normally would do. Uh, an example would be we've got a number of our stores have gone out and are feeding the healthcare providers at various hospitals. We've been out to St. Rose Hospital and Centennial Hills Hospital and Southern Hills Hospital and all these, and delivering food to the healthcare workers, which has been something that we're just trying to support them in whatever way. And then we've got some other unusual things going on. Our Volkswagen store in Henderson created a food bank. They actually have a food bank set up in the
Wow.
dealership for employees, families, for customers, families, for anybody that needs some food. The one thing we want to make sure is that nobody's going hungry at this time, and so that food bank is there and it's available for anybody that needs it at Finley Volkswagen Henderson. So those are a couple of things. We had our Jaguar Land Rover store has a big promotions tent that we usually use at charity events and so forth. We've donated that, and it's being used by Nevada Health Centers as a COVID testing center. So they're
Wow.
Oh,
using our tent
wow.
to do that. So lots of interesting things going on. Another one that's really interesting, Finley Mazda in Henderson will provide free oil change and a free car wash for any healthcare worker. Doesn't matter if you got a car
Oh,
from us or not. Come on over. Don't need an appointment. Just come over to Finley Mazda, and we'll change your oil and wash your car for you. So we're trying to all sorts of things that we're doing to try to support the community at this time.
See, it's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, worth noting. I mean, when you are on, when things are normal and we're back at the station, you usually are coming in tow with a great nonprofit in the community that Finley's helping to support, and they're going through obviously this crisis as well. This has affected local nonprofits, and for you guys to double down on your support of the community, I'm sure means a lot to these nonprofits and to the community in general.
Yeah, if you think about what's happening with the nonprofits right now, as I mentioned, most of their fundraisers got canceled, and everything in Vegas happens in the spring and the fall for
Yeah.
charities. Nobody does anything in the
oh
summer
yeah.
because it's too hot and
No.
people are out of town. You can't be around the holidays. So spring and fall is where they raise almost all their money, and they've lost the spring season with their fundraiser events. So it's really important. I would emphasize to anybody that's watching, if you have a favorite charity and you support them, maybe in December you always give them a check or something. This is a great year to accelerate that a little bit and do it now, because they're still providing services to our community, and they've lost a lot of their funding and their revenue right now. So we think it's really important that people support whatever charity, and we have some that we would certainly suggest to you. But whatever you support, now's a good time to do it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's great that you have that awareness, and I know you have your hands, out helping so many people across the valley. So thank you for that. And speaking of you and your employees, how are your employees doing? It's an uncertain time, and we're all kind of in a waiting pattern. But how's it for Finley?
It is. So, our business, obviously, we're affected like everyone else, and we're probably off since March, we're off 40 to 50% in our revenue and sales. And yet we've made the commitment. We want to keep all of our employees. So we haven't laid off. We've got 2,200 employees in the Finley Group, and we have
Wow.
not laid off a person. And our commitment is that we're going to support
Wow.
them for absolutely as long as we can. And we hope that business will be back to normal here soon, so that doesn't even become an issue. But our employees are what make our organization. They're the ones that provide the service and the great experience for our customers, and we want to protect them and be loyal to them. And so everybody's still here, getting paid, getting benefits, and we're hopeful that we can just get through this and get back to a normal business without it affecting any of our employees.
No question. Well, you guys are doing a great job so far, and it's always great talking to you, Tyler. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's great to be here. Good to see you.
Awesome. All right, you want to find out more about Finley Automotive Group, just go to finleyauto.com. Locations, obviously, throughout Southern Nevada. Definitely give them a shout. And frankly, doing great things in the community as well. And we always love having Tyler on. And Finley Automotive Group, by the way, a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend. Yes, welcome back to the second half hour of Las Vegas Morning Blend. Also, Bob Seger's birthday. Willie Mays, the baseball legend, his birthday today.
No kidding.
Yeah. I think that this is going to be my new public service. I'm going to let you know when it's the birthdays of rich people.
Isn't that funny? It's kind of like, the national obituaries, like whose obituary they choose to feature and whose they don't.
The man who
That's
invented the
interesting.
yo-yo, it's like, it's always something you're like, oh, I love
Yeah, yeah,
yo-yos, but
yeah.
you've never heard of the guy in your life. It's like, okay, but he made a cool thing that one time. Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's really, really quite interesting because you read about people of industry. It's funny, since I lost my dad, not to turn this into something dark, sorry, but since my dad passed away in 2011 and he was 76 years old, I always just pictured him living well into his 80s. But
Yeah.
now, whenever I read an obituary, I always look right for, especially of a man, I look at his age and I go, oh, he made it to that age. And then I kind of compare it to my dad's age. Isn't
Yeah,
that?
I always look at it and like, all right, what is the average? I think the average of 81.
Yes.
And I like, okay, well, you know what?
Is it up to 81? Because
I
that's
don't know.
pretty good.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be
No,
78.
I
I'm
think
not
you may
sure.
be
But I always
right.
end up like
Yeah.
looking at it and saying, okay, well, good run. Sucks, but good run. Like, I don't know. It's just, the whole thing stinks. Like, it really, like, here's the one thing. And this is something I was listening. I forget what it was that I was listening to. Maybe it was Joe Rogan. I forget what it was. But I think
Mhm.
a lot of us live through life thinking that we're never going to die. And the
Oh,
fact
that
is,
we're invincible.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And no one's beat it so far. It's just like one of those weird things. It's like, wow, that will eventually happen. It's just so
Let
weird.
let's start making a list in this time of quite a bit of division, I dare say, in this country. I do think we could come up with a list of things that we absolutely, inarguably have in common. One is we all need to eat.
The
So
need for
we can talk about
oxygen.
food.
Oxygen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oxygen. Number
Huge.
two.
Yeah.
Three, none of us are getting out of this alive.
Yeah. Also that.
That's what I,
This not being the current circumstances, but just life. Yeah, exactly.
oh, no, 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 no. Sorry.
Exactly.
I meant the
It's a little
larger,
dark.
larger.
Yes, there we go.
Was that dark?
No, it could have been. I mean, I just want to clarify if people were to take it that way. But yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
So we found three things we have in common.
There we go. Sure, we get three. Is there a fourth?
Yes, definitely. We all love dogs.
No, not true. And some people don't
No,
like dogs.
I don't acknowledge those
I
people.
neither do I. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Sorry
You
if
just-
you're watching and you're not crazy about pets,
I'm
but
allergic. Okay, we know you're
we are
allergic.
we are
Sure.
pet. Yeah, yeah. But are you allergic? No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, what else can we all agree on, Sean?
Hmm.
You're from Boston. Come on, think of something.
What does that even mean? You're from
It
Boston.
means that well, you're from one of the original. You remind me constantly. You're from one of the most elevated sports cities, the original founding fathers of the country.
There's
Come
so
on,
much
you
we
should have an
can't
idea
agree
what
on.
we all
Let's
agree
just
on.
I've
Well,
discussed this
let's not
before.
talk
Even
about that's what we all talk about
I
all
know,
day.
but even in meteorology, there's mostly sunny and there's partly cloudy.
Partly cloudy.
What's the freaking difference?
Yeah,
But some people, they use them
right.
interchangeably. I don't agree with that at all. I think
It's
like
the it's
you're
the
either a
cup half
pessimist or an
empty.
optimist. Exactly.
Hmm. What do you think you are?
I would definitely be partly cloudy. I want to be mostly sunny. Like in my heart, I would love to be mostly sunny, but I think I'm
I
pretty
think you've
partly.
got a I think you like our good friends Donnie and Marie, who we love, by the way. Shout out to Donnie and Marie wherever they're quarantining. But I think you're a little bit country and you're a little bit rock and roll. I
Yeah,
think you have
sure.
both inside you, Sean Tempesta.
Hmm. Do you think they're
Yeah.
quarantining together?
No,
Neither
no,
do
I don't
I.
think so. I think they did enough years together over at the Flamingo that they're not
And,
quarantining together.
and before that, frankly, they did
Oh,
talk
a
shows. They did a
lifetime.
whole deal. I was actually watching
Yeah.
old game shows, and I didn't realize I forgot that Donny Osmond did a remake of the $100,000 Pyramid. You know that?
Really?
He was a
As
game show
a
host.
host?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
jealous beyond belief when I saw that, and he's just
Yeah.
handsome as can be too. Donny Osmond got
Oh,
all the
God,
luck.
he really is. He really
You,
is. By the way, you're taking a crack at hosting game shows on your free for all,
yeah,
your online show for radio, and you're doing a darn good job. This might be like a future career for you. I don't know, my
I
friend.
would love that to be the case, but I highly doubt that will be there. I would love it though. I should be hosting a game show. That
Sean?
said, speaking of people that are young and handsome and just have everything going for them, producer Micah.
Oh, producer Micah?
Oh, well, guys, you're making me blush. Thank you so much. Producer Micah here, filling you in with the rest of the segment. Place your bets via your phone starting today. The sports betting returns to the South Point via their sports app. Sign-ups for new customers and deposits for existing customers are available from 11 until 6 daily at the valet entrance. You do that without leaving your car. Upcoming sports action includes UFC and NASCAR. Man, I miss me some sports. All right, we're heading to the stars. In today's Hollywood Minute, here's David Daniel.
I'd never try to top. I'm just trying to make the best movie I can.
Tom Cruise may be headed for the very top, outer space. The head of NASA says the space agency and the actor are working to make a movie aboard the International Space Station. And a NASA spokesperson confirms Cruise will spend time on the ISS. No word when or how he'll head to orbit.
Space should be a zone of wonder, not of conflict and death.
As a scientist, you have a loyalty to reason. Makes you a little untrustworthy.
How much was that prototype? 4 million? Middle schools. Cost as much as 4 new middle schools.
Speaking of space, here's your first look at Steve Carell and John Malkovich in Space Force, a new satirical series from Netflix. The mock militarization of the final frontier debuts May 29th.
It's one of my favorites.
Diane Warren is helping felines find forever homes. The legendary songwriter made a $25,000 matching pledge for Giving Tuesday Now to the Stray Cat Alliance, which works to rescue cats, find them homes, and push for no-kill shelters. Maybe Warren will even write a song about it. Let's see, what rhymes with unbearably cute? In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And don't forget, tomorrow we have our own pig of the litter. Just wait till you see the dog that's up for adoption. Up next, the switch to kindness, how you can support local businesses and at the same time, thank a hero. Go nowhere. JJ and Sean return in just a few minutes.
Jean, you and I have been doing our jobs by staying at home for weeks now, but I know that in our hearts, we wish that we could get out and visit the small businesses that we frequent on almost a daily basis. Guess what? Now there's a way that you can help.
It certainly is. Mary Beth Seawald, she's here, the president and CEO of the Vegas Chamber, and she's here to talk to us about how we can do just that. Mary Beth, great to have you.
Good morning, you guys. Thanks for having me.
A pleasure as always. All right, so you're switching to kindness. Switch to Kindness is a program that's happening right now. Tell us about this and how it helps our local businesses.
Well, thank you guys so much. It's a partnership between the Vegas Chamber, Switch, the Las Vegas Metro Police Department's foundation, and a company called it'son.me. And it's a way for people to give a direct infusion of cash to the business community and also a way to thank a hero. So it's very exciting. All you have to do is go to vegaschamber.com and go to the switch to kindness tab, and you can look through the about 60 different businesses right now that we have participating, and you can buy a gift certificate, and then it goes through the Las Vegas Metro Police Department's foundation and straight to the person that you want to send a gift certificate to.
That's awesome.
Oh, and it's such a great time, Mary Beth, to be thinking about other people. And I love this. I really feel like you're just ahead of the curve here. Sean and I were just talking about, gosh, I wish there were a way we could like buy a gift certificate just to kind of support. Like for me, it was my nail salon. Sean, it was one of the restaurants he frequents. And now you're enabling us to do this. You mentioned over about 60 businesses have signed up so far?
We do. We have 60 total right now, and they're range from restaurants to nail salons to Cowabunga Bay to tattoos to gift baskets. So, and you don't have to send the gift certificate to a first responder, but that's what we thought would be really nice. You do have the option of buying a gift certificate for yourself or for a friend, but either way, you're infusing direct cash into the businesses that are participating. And guess what? You don't have to be a chamber member to participate because we are giving away free temporary memberships. Yeah. So if you're not a chamber member, but you need some cash and you want to participate in our Switch to Kindness campaign, we're giving away free temporary memberships and you can sign up to be a participating vendor.
That's fantastic. I love what you guys are doing. And obviously the need for the chamber is bigger now than ever, especially in times like these. So what types of services are signing up? These aren't just restaurants.
No, not just restaurants. We have everybody from, there's real estate brokers. There are all kinds of estate planning companies, Cowabunga Bay, like I mentioned before, you name it, and businesses are signing up because it's a great way not only to get cash flowing back through the business community, but it's also a great way to thank a hero and a first responder, and they need some pick-me-ups right now. I think it would be good for them as well.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that true? It's excellent. So when we do donate certificate to the police department, whose hands will it end up in? Will we get a sense of, does it go to a Metro officer or how do they disperse this? It's great.
That is a great question, JJ. The foundation will disperse the gift cards to all kinds of first responders, from law enforcement to nurses and so forth. And there is a way to find out when you get into the website, there is a way to find out who your gift card went to, so that there is not only accountability, but there's a sense of just knowing who it was that you were able to help and thank.
That's fantastic.
Oh,
Before we go, let's talk about the chamber and the benefits to being a Vegas Chamber member. Right now, you're doing free memberships through June 30th at vegaschamber.com. Tell us what that entails.
Well, it's, the Vegas Chamber has been doing webinars and on, a lot of folks have been needing to get the Small Business Administration emergency funding loans. They've needed the PPP and the EIDL loans and things like that. So we've been doing daily webinars with the Small Business Administration and providing webinars with information that will help businesses have direct access to these finances that they so desperately need. We've also been doing webinars with the Nevada delegation and direct webinars with the bankers. So there has been so much information that people were able to access through the chamber. You're right, it is an important time for businesses and for the chamber to be able to step up and help companies like that.
Before we go, out of brief curiosity, are you looking after JJ's dogs right now?
I am. Did you hear that?
All right. Usually it's my dogs. You know what, Mary Beth? It's one of the things that we love so much about doing these interviews from our homes is that we get to see inside other people's homes. And so thank you for inviting us in your home. By the way, what breed is that little barker in the background?
I have 2 Chihuahuas.
Oh, yeah, that explains
Oh my
it.
gosh, I didn't take you for a Chihuahua. And really quick, before we go, we might also mention that Sean and I are thrilled. We're going to be hosting the Customer Service Excellence Awards for you, the first ever virtual Customer Service Excellence Awards on June 12th
Yep.
on the KTMV Facebook. So we're looking forward to honoring all those outstanding employees throughout the Valley. So we'll see you for that.
Thank you guys for being such an amazing partner. We just adore you and the service that you guys step up and go above and beyond for those who also do. And it's our way, it's the Chamber's way of thanking them. So thank you.
That's fantastic. Well, it's great to have you as always. And thank you so much, Mary Beth. And if you want to become a member of the Vegas Chamber, you can do so absolutely free through June 30th. You go to vegaschamber.com if you want to learn more about the it'son.me situation that's going on right now to switch to kindness, so you can maybe give a gift certificate back to the LVMPD Foundation or to a friend or to yourself.